So I did a thing. So that means tonight I need to run to Walmart at some point because I need an SD card that I actually just need to buy a couple SD cards, but I need them for that and for my cameras. Stewie was not a fan of me flying the drone in the house. You did not like that drone, did you? Didn't like Daddy flying that in the house, did you? He came in the bedroom. He said that, you know what? Screw this. Screw this. I'm hiding in the bedroom. Stella just watched it. Stella, you ain't scared of no big bad drone, are you? Oh, it's a little drone. It's just a tiny one. Look at this. New workstation for Ashley. Oh, there's a blanket. She wanted to be by, this is a big bay window in the living room. So we moved her office. We moved her office over here in the living room. It's warmer in the living room too. She was working at the kitchen table. But we got her a chair and a desk, and I know it's dark, you probably can't see it. Where are you running to? But anyways, tomorrow morning I'm going to a non-disclosed location where there's an auto auction. Went over. Alright, before I get moving, we got our valve cover gaskets. I got primer and clear coat underneath there. That's for the parts, which here's the bumper. Did not come with a tow hook cover, so I had to order that. The grills, I did go aftermarket because I got two grills for like 50 bucks, and they're actually really nice looking for 50 bucks. So those are, I got one there, and then there's the bottom one right there to go in there, and it matches, as you can see. This bumper came folded up. Don't freak out if you order a bumper and it comes folded up. I took the heat gun to it. As you can see, it is pretty much back to shape. It was folded right here, folded in, and right here, folded in. And it just looked like crap. I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna be a crap bumper. And after taking the heat gun to it for a little while, it actually looks pretty dang decent. So we got that. The fender didn't come yet, and my sway bar bushings didn't come yet. So still waiting on those, and the headlight. The headlight hasn't come yet either. So anyways, let's head to this auction place and check out some of the stuff. It's early, it's cold, but I'm in the yard. So this is the first one I came to. It's one of the ones I was looking at. Very nice, 100,000 miles. I don't know if the radiator's broken or not. I could hear when I revved it there, I could hear the coolant circulate. So it might be low on coolant. The hood's still open. This is a stick. They got the seat back. I'm just gonna check in a couple gears. Clutch is strong. All right, installed it. So it's got a good clutch, e-brake, everything works. It's actually not a bad little car for the price. It's a 2003 Mini Cooper. Not bad. I was going to check this out, but the keys are locked in it. It is a clean title Lexus with a 2JZ. It's a naturally aspirated one, so it's not really that good, but I'm going to move on.
dog.
Now this is when I was actually, yeah, you can get these cheap, and the damage is very minimal right here. Headlight, hood's got a dent, and grill, and it doesn't look like anything special, which is really still not that special, but it's got good tires on it the whole way around, and this one has surprises under the hood. Yeah, baby! First off, let's walk the whole way around. I'm seeing something here. Almost, maybe it's just my eyes. It looks like that back tire's caulked in. I don't think it is. No, because this one looks the same way. Those tires are brand new on this thing. Right here ought to give it away. So it's like the interior. No rips. Leather. Nice. Nice. Before I pop the hood, let's even see if there's any power. This is one of these old chipped keys, which sucks. Oh. Oh. Oh, I would just love it if everything would just start today. That would just be... Oh. Do you hear that? Oh, it went away. It had a slight knock on start. But it went away. Not bad. Valve cover gaskets are leaking a little bit. Not bad. Looks like a new-ish alternator. This is nice. That's not factory. Other than that, it looks like everything's stock. You can't even hear the supercharger. No lights on the dash. Brake lights on, but that's because the e-brake was on. Oh, look at that. Everything works on this. This is nice. Now, let's bring this down. Yeah, 142,000 miles on it. It's, yeah, now I got the hood open. Okay. It's beeping at me since I have the hood open. Motor's got good pull to it. This is actually, ooh, heated seats? That passenger seat actually does have a tear in it, unfortunately. It's in pretty good shape besides that. These do not go for a lot of money. So if you can get one cheap and you want one for yourself, they're a good buy. I don't think it's going to be a good buy for me today. So I just wanted to show it to you. I wanted to look at it myself, and it is a very nice car. And it came with one key fob and one key. So not bad. Not a bad purchase. Next one I wanted to look at was this. I wanted to see how bad this was smashed in. The quarter panel's got a little wave to it on this side. This quarter panel has a little wave to it on this side. It still doesn't look too bad. Tires, it's gonna need tires. So in the back, the front tires look like they're new. So, oh, this one's good too. Just that back passenger one is. Oh, and this front one over here looks about half bald too. Oh yeah, so it needs 2 tires anyways. Only 52,000 on it, no damage in the front. Decent car, looks pretty clean. Hood's already popped. 2.4 liter Ecotec, very clean underneath because of the low miles. That means this thing will probably start up. Interior, fairly clean. It's a combination of cloth and leather. It's not too bad. It's a little bit dirty inside, actually, to be honest with you. It's very nasty. Center console and stuff like that. I like how they made the zip tie very tight to the column. Very nice. Oh, the battery's dead? You gotta be crazy. Nah. We're not gonna hear this one run. So, anyways, I have no doubt this thing will run. Look, this is, do you see it? just spilling stuff. This interior is actually pretty nasty. For only having 50-some thousand miles on it, this thing would have been trashed had it made it longer before they got rear-ended. So this thing's pretty trashy, to be honest with you. And it took a nice hit in the back. Hit the structure and I can't even, well, they have it taped. Just rip the tape off. Who needs that? Okay. So that can be knocked out, but it's still, look at it kind of split the seams up here. This is a lot more work than it appears to be, especially since the quarter panel, what it did was knock that in, so it bent all around there. Need a trunk lid. I'm gonna tape this back down for him. Oh, it's wet now, won't shut. Oh well. It's lightly misting now, but I like these cars. These Sonatas, they're very nice cars. This is a sport model. I've never had one. Tires are like new. One reason I like these, I did one of these right before I started recording for my channel. And I did the whole front, the core support, radiator, all the front parts. And that's unfortunate. I noticed these type of wheels, they all do that. So plasti dipping is probably your best option. But the paint just, my buddy had one and the same thing happened to his. Like I said, tires are, well, that one's could have more tread on it. But every bolt on the front end to take apart everything up front is a 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter zips the whole front end off. So this one needs a bumper, a hood, a fender, a headlight, grill. Looks savable, but here is your good things here. This is part of the core support. It's a little flimsy up in here. Up right there, it's like molded plastic and metal. Out here, it's just metal, so you can bend and shape this out here back to shape. Headlights are probably a little pricey. I didn't have to buy them on the last one I did. Frame is straight, front rebar straight. Everything looks straight up here. So this would be a good purchase. I'm gonna see if it'll fire up. This is not the turbo. Nice interior. I've owned 3 of these, you see now. Proximity keys, 2 of them. Mine never got one that had the paddle shifters, but these 2.4s are a hit and a miss. They had recalls on them, rod bearings, premature failure of the rod bearings. It had to do with machining in the factory. I guess it might have left shavings behind or whatever. If it reached 126,000 miles, it's safe to say that it is not one of the ones that was affected by this. Interior is very nice, very clean inside. I really like this one, to be honest with you. It's just a normal, naturally aspirated 2.4 liter, which gets it done. It's just sub 200 horsepower, which is good. This thing's clean. It's clean. I like this one. So, this is an option. Window tint, fantastic, and it's not a good one. It's not good window tint. Look, see, it's already peeled up here. So, it's crappy anyway, so I wouldn't feel bad about peeling that off. Yes, I would be interested in that, but the price is way too high. And just as I spoke about how much I like these, here's another one. This one's more this is the plain Jane model stripped down. This is the same engine without paddle shifters, good tires, hubcaps, nothing special on this. Only damage, this trunk got knocked in a little bit here. A slight dent in the quarter panel. This is minor damage. I can see it knocked in the center there. The original taillight is knocked out of place just a little bit. That means this has to come out some so that will tuck in. Doesn't look like it broke it. I could be wrong. I think, no, there's a plastic tab right there and it pulled it out. taillight's still good. So it got hit low. If you look in there, you can see how the trunk is knocked in right there. It kind of knocked this trunk in. You could almost pull this trunk back out to shape. As you can see, it's got a slight bow in it. But the tires are all good. Interior, you're not going to have a proximity key with this one, but slight stain on that seat would probably come out. Nice. For plain Jane, this thing has lots of options. Now here's something I didn't see in the pictures, which could have happened while they were moving it. Your bumper tab got ripped off. So there is no way of remounting this bumper. You would have to get a new front bumper, which sucks. It's not the worst thing in the world. So it's starting to rain. Nice. Nice. We're supposed to have some winter weather. Let's keys already in the ignition, so somebody already started this. Nice little chunk out of the steering wheel. Battery is dead. So this was listed as a runs and drives, so I'm gonna assume it was good, but the interior is a little bit more tore up on this one. You got, this is tore here, a little dirty, still not too hateful. So this one has a little bit more miles than the other one, but not a bad purchase. I don't think this would be a bad purchase if you got it at the right price. Right now, this one and the other one are right around the same price, so the other one looks a little bit more enticing. Oh, the memories. This was what my first car was. Mine was blue. It was a blue interior. Mine had the Iron Duke. This is a 2.8. No, I'm not bidding on this thing, but this is what I drove. This was my first car. My dad gave it to me. I had one like this. He bought it, drove it to work for several years, gave it to my brother. He drove it for several years, then I drove it. Just like the Sonata, the Optima is the Kia version. Here's something I couldn't see in the pictures. That grill's knocked out, the bumper looks to be intact. Parts are a little bit more pricey on these, but same engine, good tires. Looks like winter treads on the front. No, two different treads. Back tires are different with lower tread. This thing got hit pretty good in the back over here, and it wrinkled the quarter panel, which looks to be, you could pop that out. The exhaust was ripped off. The belly pan was knocked up in. The trunk survived, but yeah, you can fix this. You could hammer this stuff out, or you can replace it, which it's never really cost effective for me to replace stuff if I can fix it myself. But yeah, you can see that quarter panel's knocked in pretty good, but this doesn't look bad. You can strip this trunk and knock some of that damage out and do some body work, and I think that's what would be your best option on this. I can't believe that trunk survived. It didn't even touch it. This rain is freezing as it touches the cars. The trunk lid actually half shuts. This is one I wanted to look at. It's very rusty. It doesn't look like it, but I wanted to look at this anyways. Quarter panels, bottom of the doors, rockers, it's all rusted. I'm sure the floors are rotted, but interior, it's not horrible, but it's very dirty. There's manuals inside. It smells musty inside. The headliner's falling, but this is a project car. I don't know if this thing is a runner. I don't remember. I don't think it is. Front of the hood is very rusty. Very rusty. There's actually holes in it right here. There's holes in it up here. This is not a runner. Look at this. This is all freezing on here. It's frozen just laid on here. 200,000 miles on it. Still would be a nice project car for somebody. Put an LS in that. Brum brum. It is starting to get very slick out here. Here's one I wanted to look at. Fairly new Buick, and it's all-wheel drive, which is a good selling point right now. I wanted to see if the B pillar was hit, but this quarter panel damage is significant. Does not look like there's any suspension damage, but I'm fairly certain it was a red car that hit it. What do you think? B-pillar is unscathed. There's no damage to it. Very nice car inside. You would definitely need 2 doors, and then here's where you're, yeah, they even cut it out, so it's even worse than I thought. You couldn't, they didn't show this in the pictures. They cut that section out. I don't know if they were going to try to fix it or what. The inner structure does not look like it got bent, but the whole way across, so you had to get this whole inner door part here, and yeah, it's still a very nice car. It got good tires on it, just nice. But door, you can see it's not sealing up top here. LaCrosse all-wheel drive. I'm not even quite sure what engine's in this thing, but I'm not firing it up because it's not feasible for me. These auctions are getting bigger and bigger here, and there's more cars here than I thought. Yeah, it's cold. My nose is starting to run. It's hot. This is the first car on the auction block, and this is probably the best bet. Brand new Cooper tires, minimal damage. And I know you guys don't want to see this, so I'm probably not going to purchase this one. But yeah, good tires all the way around, leather, under 100,000 miles on it. This is a fairly nice car for the year. Your damage is minimal. The front of the hood is bent down, which can be fixed with body work. A hole in the bumper, which could probably be patched. A hole over here, which probably cannot be patched. So, front bumper, you might as well figure out front bumper. And let me see what's going on under the hood if I can get this hood open. I tell you what, it is freaking cold. So we're covered up. You can't really see what's going on in here, but I can tell this piece is busted in the front. But 3.8, reliable engine, good engine. No leaks or anything, no apparent leaks. This is a nice car, but we're gonna move on from this. I was interested in this. The price really spiked up on it. Tires, it needs tires. No damage on this side. The hood's jacked, headlights jacked, fenders jacked. Core support, needs a core support. A couple other things, really. I liked mine, and I still kind of miss it a little bit, but it's, you know, a turbo 1.6 liter. It's a 6-speed. This is gay. This was on it in the pictures, the fuel cap. So I'm wondering what happened from the pictures until now that's missing. I've never actually seen something like that happen, except for I've seen a mirror broken that wasn't broken. That's about it. I want to see. Oh, it was somebody short. Somebody short owned it. Proximity key, clutch in. Sounds just like my old one. This one's got 94,000 miles on it. Oh, this brings back. It even kind of smells like my old one. Oh. I think it's got a short throw, maybe. Maybe not. Huh. This is actually really nice. It just, like I said, reminds me of mine, except for the gauges are a little different because this is an older model. Mine didn't have this. Mine didn't have a sunroof. Does it have heated seats? Yes. It's just like mine. I need to get moving if I want to put a bid in. So, but this is another one I was looking at. 133,000 miles on it. The front core support is bent back in. Couldn't really tell that on the pictures. And the hood needs replaced. Hood. Front bumper actually looks to be intact. It was repainted Nah, front bumper's broken, but I think it was repainted. There's a little bit of deer hair here, so this is deer damage. The apron took a hit right there. Looks like it bent it down. A lot more damage than it first looked. Tires have a lot of tread on them, but they look like, man, they look beefy tires. Car doesn't look bad. There's a lot of damage here to be fixed, but it can all be pulled out. Interior, seats a little bit tore up. Not too bad. I believe this is a 4-cylinder model, not a 6-cylinder. Definitely is. What's going on? Power steering is not working at all. So who knows what's going on there. They like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Do. America. I don't have much time. I gotta get moving. So I'd show you more of this car, but I don't think I'm interested in it. This is honestly what I wanted to come look at. And this thing's a little unique. Very, very crunched. Lots of damage on this thing. But it's unique in a little bit of a way because it is a 6-speed manual and it's supposed to be a runs and drives. Yeah, it's pretty beat. Doors shut straight. That's a good sign. It's got rocker guards. Brand new tire back there. These are some beefy tires on it. Let me see if this door opens and closes. It does. Whole front is pushed that way in very... Ooh. This is a frame rail, and that's a frame rail right there, and they come out and make a 90. You would have to replace the frame on this one, and these are very heavy frame. The cross member underneath is bent. It's got a bow in it. This is a lot of damage. Can be fixed, but this is a lot more than I want to get into. This would be a lot of work for Jerry that I cannot do, replacing frame rails and stuff. So it even got back into the suspension. So although I like this a lot and I want to get one and I'd love to have a stick shift, this is just not gonna be a good one to purchase. That's very bad damage. Here's why I was shocked that it's a runs and drives, because the radiator is into the engine, very, very much so. So it's into the accessories. It's smashed in there pretty good, and you don't know if there's got a crack in the block or anything like that. It's unfortunate. This is very nice. I have to get going, so this was my main bid, so now I have to decide what I want to do. Alright, so I put a bid in. I'm watching a bunch of stuff. I'm probably not going to get home before the auction starts because of this freezing rain. Everything is frozen right now. This probably wasn't a smart choice to bring this car. Also, I was going to do drone footage. I'm not flying it in freezing rain. I've never flown the thing before. I flew it in my house for like just a little bit just to get used to it. And I haven't flown it outdoors yet. And I'm not going to fly it in freezing rain for the first time I fly it. So we're going to keep that on wraps. If I come back and it's not raining, maybe we'll get some footage. But right now, it's just not going to happen. So, yeah. Temperature has dropped since I got here. And it's just, this sucks. This is going to be a fun ride home. Woohoo! We're going to be drifting like Ken Block. Now, I looked at more cars than I showed you guys. I was just kind of like skimming through. So, there is a possibility that if I do get something, it might not have been one of the cars that I showed you today. So, as much as I wanted that FJ, I'm just going to hold back. There'll be better deals. I'd rather pay more money for one with less damage than get that one, because that one was really jacked. To have the frame rails bent in a 90, you know that thing took a hit. And, it's not... To bend a frame rail like that, the damage probably not secluded to just the front end. It probably extended back through the frame, you know what I mean? Because that takes a hard hit. And those are heavy duty frames on those, so. I know I look at cars that are fairly easy to fix, and I kind of shy away from the ones that are a little worse than others. It all comes down to, I don't have an unlimited amount of funds for these cars or to fix them, so I like to fix them cost effectively. It's not like, you know, some of these other channels where the funds are unlimited. You just spend whatever, buy all dealer parts and stuff. I don't have the means to do that, and I don't like to buy a car to lose money on it. So that is the main reason why I normally stay away from that stuff. It's not that I'm scared of it. I know how much money it costs when you start getting into like quarter panels and paint, and it just, the cost really drives up after that. So I try to keep it cost effective. I try not to bid on cars that the bids are way high already. I kind of stay to the ones where the bids are within a good reason, and you got to watch yourself. Don't get caught up in an auction and overbid. Set a limit. Go and look at the car. Decide whether your limit was too high or too low, and stick to your guns. You know, don't get attached unless, you know, it is a car that you absolutely have to have, but you still need to set a limit, because in the end of the day, most of these cars are going to be in our title when they're done, and they're not worth what they're going for on the market. So keep that in mind when you're looking at cars and stuff, and don't get silly. You know, keep your head straight. Almost home. Well, guys, the auction is still going, but I won a car already. I didn't plan to win this one, but I got it for so cheap that I am totally fine with it. So there were other cars I really wanted to win and bid on, but I kind of go by first stop. I bid and go because I only want to bring one car home, so I'm not bidding on multiple cars. So I bid on the first one, and I won it. So you guys will see that on the next episode. So now I need to dig this car dolly out of here, and it's a tight fit. I gotta move all this crap. But anyways, if you guys like this video, go check out some of my other videos. I have merch. Go check out my merch right now. You get 10% off with the code HOLIDAY10, and beanies. I haven't got mine yet, so I can't show you. But if you like this episode, go check out some other episodes. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Unwrapped.